Our audience don't know we're watching them, but there are surprises in store for one Margaret who'll be marched in to see her benefactor after more than 40 years. Another Margaret who'll meet for the first time the woman whose life she saved. And Ray, whose family was split but is back together again tonight. For these people and more, it's Surprise, Surprise! Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Cilla Black.
Surprise, surprise. And have we got some surprises for a few people sitting in our audience tonight. But before we spring off first surprise, I'd like to read you a letter we received from a Mrs. Moore up there in Sunderland. Now, she's got a 7-year-old daughter called Claire. And last week, for her homework... What do you mean, Claire? Yeah, she's up there, Claire, in Sunderland. Last week, for her homework, she had to write a little poem about her favourite programme on the telly. Well, Claire wrote this little poem, and she's entitled it, What I Like on the Telly by Claire Moore. And it goes like this. Neighbours is great, and so is Blind Date. Del Boy brings tears to my eyes. I like High Street Blues. I don't like the news. But my favourite, Surprise, Surprise. Ah, yes. She's got taste anyway, hasn't she? Thanks a lot, Claire, if you're watching. I think that's lovely. And while we're all in the poetic mood, we've got somebody sitting here in our audience who's a bit of a poet. Where are you, Willie Wenham? There's Willie. Come and join me, Willie, please.
You're my heartthrob.
Oh, Willie.
I've always wanted to squeeze her hand.
Oh, just me hand, Willie.
That's all that.
Oh, you've got the chance. Squeeze anything you like.
Oh, it's lovely, that.
Oh, Willie, let everybody at home see that lovely face. Now, you're a bit of a poet, Willie.
Well, I'm getting a bit old for it now.
What's that got to do with poetry, Willie?
Well, I'm running out of rhymes.
You're running out of rhymes. Well, let's hope you're not running out of time, Willie.
I've never run out of time.
How old are you, by the way, Willie?
I'll be 71 in April.
Not long. 71 in April. Now, you haven't always been a poet because you've just retired from being... Well, you tell everybody. What did you used to work at?
I'm a milkman.
A milkman.
I'm just retired.
Yeah.
58 years.
58 years. Ah, isn't that gorgeous? And, Willie, your customers think you're wonderful.
Oh, yes, they give me 1% off.
Did they?
I got a beautiful armchair.
Oh, an armchair to
And
sit in.
£185.
And £185?
Yeah.
Oh, Willie. Well, your customers love you. And, you know, one of the things they like about you most, because they call you Little Willie, I wonder why. Because you are...
Now, that's a secret.
Well, Willie, your secret is going to be revealed tonight on television because you are famous for a certain part of your anatomy. I wish I hadn't have said that. It was in there, it just popped out. I'm sorry. No, you tell them, because they've made up their own minds already what that certain part of your anatomy is, Willie. But tell them, what did you use to flash?
That's different.
It is different because you used to flash your kneecaps.
Yeah. In the summertime.
In the summertime.
Yes.
Well, your customers have loved...
From the 1st of June to the 1st of September, rain or snow.
Rain or snow, you flashed them.
Yes.
And then they went into hibernation, did they, Willie?
They went in hibernation.
Did they?
They got very short during the winter.
Did they? Well, Willie, the whole nation, I'm sure, especially our audience here tonight, we're all desperate to see those famous kneecaps, aren't we?
Well, why not?
Well, why not? No, no, don't, oh gosh, no, don't. No, 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 I'm getting the vapors at the thought, I am. I'm sorry, Willie. What, you're going to do it really professional, Willie.
Oh.
Because we've got a pair of Bermuda shorts for you.
Oh, no.
And you're going to change into them. And we are going to see your knees. Don't worry, we'll make them up and everything.
Oh, I don't
yes.
mind a bit.
You don't mind
I
a
don't
bit?
want to see my knees.
Don't you?
No.
Oh, isn't that lovely?
Yeah.
And this is for your customers and for the whole nation. All right, Willie?
That's very nice.
So if you go over there, you'll get your Bermuda shorts, and I'll see you later with your knees. All right, Chuck?
Yeah.
I'll see you. Well, now we thought it's time we introduced a bit of discipline on tonight's show, and here to show us how good they are at not stepping out of line are a group of Sea Cadets from Whitley Bay. Well, I'm sure that came as a surprise to Margaret Deacon sitting up there. You see, Margaret is a second officer in the Royal Naval Reserves and is in charge of those cadets. So, Margaret, will you please come and join me wherever you are? Where are you, Margaret? Hi, Margaret. Was that a nice surprise? Because you had no idea that those cadets were coming on tonight.
No idea I was coming here either tonight.
You didn't really?
No.
Oh, isn't that lovely? Well, we've got another really big surprise for you, Margaret, because I know all about you through your daughter, Leslie, because she wrote and told me all about you. Now, you lived in Essex when you were about 13 years old, yes? And you lived near an Air Force, American Air Force Army base, is that right?
Yes.
I've got a photograph of you when you were 13. Have a look at this, Margaret. Isn't that lovely? Oh, a little angel you look there. Now, your mum and dad and you befriended an American GI, didn't you?
Yes.
Yes, can you remember his name?
Donald Reed.
It was indeed Donald Reed. Now, your mother used to make him English cups, endless cups of English tea. And in return, he used to give you chocolates and American gum and all that, didn't he?
Yes.
Now, can you remember the day you were coming home on that bus and you fell off? You were accidentally shoved off, weren't you?
Yes.
And you bashed your head on the... In fact, you became unconscious.
Yes.
And as luck would have it, that friendly American GI, Donald Reed, happened to be coming along, and he rushed you up to hospital.
Yes.
And rushed you to safety, really, didn't he?
Yes.
Well, after the war, Donald, he went back to America. He settled in Oklahoma, and he's now married with 2 children. And you haven't seen him for 44 years. But you're going to say hello to him tonight, because we brought that GI over to say hello to you, Margaret. Here he is, Donald Reed. Come in, Donald.
You've become more beautiful with time.
Oh, you missed that, didn't you? What did you have you have become? You say it, Donald, again.
She's become more beautiful with time.
That's good. Well, I know you've got a lot to chat about, and we'll see you after the show, all right? In the meantime, I shall carry on. It's a smashing reunion, isn't it? Now, do you remember last week I phoned a Megan Pike whose whole family had won medals and trophies for all sorts of things, and poor Megan had never won even a sausage. Well, we told Megan that we'd arranged for her to attempt to break a world record, and what a world record we've got for her to break. It's the world cuddling record. Oh, yes, it has been done, and it does exist. And it stands at 247 cuddles an hour. Well, we started Megan off. She started her cuddling well a little bit earlier on in the show, and our Bob Carroll cheese was there to give her a bit of encouragement.
Well, Megan, here we are at Crystal Palace, the scene of many world-class athletic achievements. You have no idea what you're going to do yet, do you?
Not a clue.
You don't know what we've got lined up for you?
Nothing.
Well, whatever it is, whichever record we're going to get you to attempt to break, you need a scorer for the record. And what better than somebody who's been voted twice the strongest man in the world, Mr. Jeff Capes. Come in, Jeff. This is Megan. This must bring back a few memories being here again.
Oh, about 23 years of memories, this place.
Lovely.
Yeah, I broke a few records here. Yeah. Sorry, yes.
You have broken a few. Right. Well, Megan's got no idea. We're not going to make you put the shot, or sprint, or hurdle, or high jump. In fact, you are going for the world cuddling record. Right, which, according to the Alternative Book of Records, currently stands at 240 cuddles and hugs in 1 hour. So, are you ready for this?
Yeah.
Are you proper hugs, proper cuddles? Start the watch, Jeff. Start the watch.
Are you ready? Right,
I'll tell you, I'll show you now.
Ready?
Ready?
Set, go.
Give him a cuddle, Megan. That's your first one.
The first cuddle. Ooh. I don't like one as well.
Right, here we go. The watch is going. Do you know these people, Megan?
My sister!
Oh, your sister. Oh, I think she knows one or two. Well, this could take ages. Megan, the clock's ticking away. There's over 300 people here to help you. Proper cuddles, proper ones, proper ones.
Lovely having all her relatives and friends there. She obviously didn't know anything about that. But we recorded that little piece earlier, but we now can go over live to our outside broadcast cameras to catch up on the latest from Cuddlesome Carol Trees. All right, Bob, are you there? How's Megan doing?
Yes, she's cuddling away here. We've had quite a few hysterics with all the people she's... Where are you from?
I'm from Kennington.
Oh, they all dress like that. Oh, she's... 113 up in here,
How's
Jeff.
Megan feeling? Are you all right, Megan?
Megan, just hang on a sec, just a sec. Should have said, how are you feeling?
Great! Oh, that's a lovely fella. You're not missing him out, Megan. Get cuddling. Don't waste time. Not here, but the other one. Bob, how do you think she'll do? Do you think she'll make the record?
Yes, I think we're going to run out of people, to be honest. We arranged for a lot of people, but she's doing so well.
She seems to be enjoying herself, Bob.
I think so. I think these soldiers are as well, Cilla.
Where are the soldiers from? Do you know?
Where are you from? Where are you from? Aldershot.
Oh, lovely. Oh, my brother was in that red. Oh, who's that?
Right, Cilla, well, she's going to carry on cuddling. So we'll see you later on to see if she actually gets the record. I think she'll definitely break the record. We'll see by how many.
She'll make the record, and she's definitely enjoying it. See you later, Bob. I've just been given the wink that our little Willie is ready and waiting to show us his knees. So, come in, little Willie. Willie, words cannot express Chuck. I think you should show them. You shouldn't hibernate them in the winter, Chuck. They should be revealed all year round, don't you think? They look absolutely wonderful. But anyway, putting your knees apart. No, don't put your knees apart. No, don't put your knees apart. Put them aside, because we're interested in your poems, you see.
Oh.
How many have you written?
Oh, quite a few. I'll list them, haven't I?
But, Willie, in return, to mark your retirement, you know, all your customers...
Oh, didn't they do me proud?
They've written you poems about you. Did you know that?
No, I didn't know about
Well,
that.
surprise, surprise, they have.
No, I didn't know about that.
And to mark your retirement, we've got our lovely Alan Ainsworth over there, our musical director. He's set your customers' poems to music. And we've got a very special group to sing that special
that's
poem.
wonderful, isn't
Yes, and the group's called the Gold Tops.
Oh, right.
Surprise, surprise, Willie.
Have they got
it's
the
your
cream with them?
customers. Oh, we've got the cream of the crop here. Have a look at this. The gold tops, ladies and gentlemen. Well, Willie, we've enjoyed. Have you enjoyed the gold top scene?
Oh, I've enjoyed everything.
Isn't that lovely? And what better
And,
way? What?
and I couldn't have wished for better customers, could I?
No. Aren't they lovely?
Yeah.
Aren't they lovely? Well, Willie, we've enjoyed having your company.
Thank you.
We are now going into the break because it's time to take a break. But we will be back in a couple of minutes to see how many cuddles our Megan has clocked up, a preview of the latest James Bond epic, and to see what Gordon Burns has got for us on this week's Searchline. So see you in a couple of minutes.
Yes, fair enough.
Hello and welcome back. Well, we had a lovely letter from the cadets of the St. John's Ambulance Brigade in Jarrow, Tyne and Weir. Now, the St. John's Ambulance do such a marvellous job all over the country. And up there on Tyneside, there are 3 ladies who, between them, have been connected with the St. John's for about, well, 120 years. They are the Gray sisters, Irene and the twins, Margaret and Winifred. The 3 sisters have devoted themselves to training the cadets and to looking after the old, the weak and the needy. Now, the members of the Jarrow cadets wrote and asked if I could deliver a Cillagram. Well, the other week I went up to surprise them during one of their training sessions. Surprise, surprise, Margaret, Irene and Winifred. Oh! Oh, look at that, look at that. Oh, hey. Oh, wait. Is this Margaret?
Yes.
How do you do, Margaret? Irene?
How do you do?
How do you do? And Winifred?
How do you do?
Hello. Oh, and don't you look smart in your outfits? Do you know why I'm here?
Not really.
Well, I shall tell you, Irene, oh, and Margaret and Winifred. It was Andrew and Peter who wrote and told me all about you.
Was it?
Yes, indeed, it was. They think you're lovely and they thought you deserved a Cillagram. How long have you been in the St. John's Ambulance Brigade? Tell me, come on, Irene.
Almost 20 years.
20 years. What about the girls? Because you're twins, aren't you? Isn't that lovely? How long have you been in? A bit longer?
47.
Oh, what, you don't look old enough. You don't look old enough.
I was young and I stopped.
Oh, I wish I could say that. I wish I could say that. Where is our Andrew and Peter? Come in, lads. These are the culprits. Come and join the girls. Well, what are we waiting for, girls? And the kids as well. Everybody, come on, let's go. We're all going. Help! I need somebody. Help! Not just anybody. Help! You know I need someone. Help! There's our three lovely ladies sitting in our audience, Margaret, Winifred and Irene. Well done, girls. Well, we've got another medical story to tell you about. An unsung hero, or in this case, it's an unsung heroine. Where are you, Margaret Easter? Where are you, Margaret? Margaret Easter, give us a wave, sitting in there, yes. Margaret, would you like to come and join me, please, and bring your daughter Julie with you? Surprise, surprise, you sit there. Hi, Margaret. Oh, don't look so surly, Margaret. Sit down there, Chuck. Yes, you're here because I got a lovely letter from your daughter, Julie, and your son-in-law, Tom. They told me all about you. Now, can you...
Kill him.
You'll kill him? What about your daughter, Julie? Because she wrote it as well.
I'll kill her.
No, you won't, because this is a super story. Now, can you remember when your Julie was born? Of course you can. Now, the doctors told you that you belong to a very rare blood group.
That's true.
Do you remember that?
I remember.
I've got it down here. It's ever so long, Margaret. You belong to... You are OR HD positive, CDE, ENA negative. I mean, that's so rare. Have you ever heard of it out there? No, that's indeed a very rare blood group. Now, can you cast your mind back to Christmas time, 1982? You got a very urgent phone call from Grimsby Hospital. Can you remember that? Can you remember what they were phoning about?
Yeah.
What did they say? Can you remember? Can you tell us about it?
It was Dr. Johnson that came.
Yes.
To see if I'd give this lady in America some of the blood, because the blood that I was giving her, it was, you know, her blood was fighting it.
Yes.
And they needed mine, my brothers and my sisters.
Yes.
So it'd save a life.
Yes, that's absolutely true. Now, this lady lived in Santa Fe in New Mexico, and indeed you gave your blood very willingly. And on Christmas Eve, just before midnight, you actually saved, it was your blood who actually saved this lady's life. She was a marvellous concert singer, marvellous violinist, by the name of Helen. Can you remember?
Helen Lace.
Helen Hunt Lace, yes. Well, you haven't seen her, obviously, but she would have loved to have seen you, just to thank you for saving her life just before Christmas Eve, way back then.
Yeah.
Well, now she's got the chance to, because she's here. We have flown her over from Mexico. Come in, Helen. Isn't that gorgeous? I know it's all a bit too much for you, Margaret, but have a sit down there, Helen. But for you, and I mean it, and I know you want to say those words yourself, Helen.
Yes. All these years, you know, we wanted to see each other. And thanks to you.
Oh, no. It's thanks to Julie over there. And the son-in-law that you're going to kill after the show. What a lovely surprise and what a lovely reunion. I'm sure you've got lots to talk about.
Oh, we do indeed.
I'll see you later, all right?
It's just
But now it's time for our special film preview. Remember last week, little 8-year-old Ben Riley, he wanted to be the new James Bond. Well, we rushed him over to the James Bond set at Pinewood, and this is the result. Bond had sealed orders from the Secret Service. His arch enemy, Darren Blofeld, is determined to steal them. Bond is helped by ever-faithful Miss Moneypenny, but Blofeld has recruited Tracy, the gangster's mole, with knockout drops. Get your popcorn ready. Because here we go.
James Bond. Ben Bond. A very dry, shirley temper, please. Mrs. Andrews, sorry dear, I can't make it tonight. Something's come up. Have you ever thought of joining the Secret Service? With a script like this, you must be joking at us drinking. What happened, Moneypenny? Where are the special orders? Gone. Gone, Moneypenny. Quick, it might not be too late. The special order's been destroyed. Don't worry, Moneypenny. The shock has brought my memory back. The secret special order was 4 strawberry milkshakes, 2 quarter pounders, and 2 large fries.
Wasn't he good? Yes, he's sweet. And I'd like to thank Pinewood Studios and the James Bond production team for their cooperation. We thought they were really marvellous to Ben. In fact, he got star treatment, and they even gave him a special 007 watch. And we'll all be able to see the new Bond film, Licensed to Kill, starring the real James Bond, Timothy Dalton, in June. I look forward to that. Well, now, I've just heard that the time is up for the world cuddling record. So let's go over live to our Bob and find out how our Megan got on. Are you there, Bob?
94.
How long have we got the clock? Another couple of minutes?
95. 96. Yeah, 250. 97.
Yes, you're going to do it. Yes, right round the course.
300. 2 minutes to go.
You're well in the time. Yes! Well done, Megan. We'll just get the update. There's just under 2 minutes to go yet, but that's how many different people?
307 people.
The record has been smashed. The record is smashed. So, you've earned a medal, Megan. So we'll get ready for the medal ceremony. That should be good. Any minute now we'll do that. All right?
Well, that's great, a new world record. We'll be back later for the presentation, but right now we'll take a break. So join us in a couple of minutes to find out who I'm going to surprise next. Oh, please don't go away. I'll see you then. Thank you and welcome back. Well, we're going straight over to our outside broadcast cameras to our Bob. Come in, Bob, I can't wait. How's everything?
Very well, Cilla. This is the official medal awarding ceremony, and I thought to help us, we could have somebody rather special. We've got Olympic silver medalist Linford Christie with us.
Oh, we say hello,
He's going to present Megan with her medal.
And I believe you won a medal not so long ago. In fact, last week, is that right, Linford?
That's correct. It was the British Indoor Championships.
Oh, isn't that law? We're so proud of you, Linford. We really are. Well done.
You've got to go in there, Cilla.
But how is Megan? Where is Megan?
Very well. Megan, would you like to get up on your rostrum? And Linford, if you would do the honours there of the presentation. Athletic history being made here at the Crystal Palace. Megan receives her gold medal off the wonderful Linford Christie. And that done, we'll actually turn and face the Welsh flag and listen to the Welsh national anthem. Congratulations, Megan.
Wonderful. Well done, Megan. How do you feel, love?
Excited.
Now your wish has come true, so your family at home can't brag about their medals anymore.
No, I've got a better one.
Oh, and you wear it well. We wish you well with your medal, all right, Megan?
Thank you, Cilla.
Well done. Isn't it wonderful? At last our Megan's got a medal. Don't you think? Yes. And I think she deserves it. But now I feel a phone call coming on, and have a look at this. Isn't he sweet? You know, talk about giving me the bird. I knew he'd have to come sometime or later. Now they tell me his name is Opus. But looking at him, I think he looks more like Opus, don't you? But now I'm going to make a phone call. I am going to make a phone call to Sandra Marks in Northern Ireland. So here we go. Let's take this off. Oh. Oh, I'm sorry. Is it something I said, Opus? Opus? Are you all right, Chuck? Oh, you little sweetie pie. Oh, God. Turn me round, son. Yes, I'm going to phone Sandra because her son Peter wrote and told us that Sandra is potty about a certain newsreader. His name is Paul Clark, and she would love to read the news with him. So let's hope she's not too busy watching the news to answer the phone. Now, it's a long number tonight. It's another 10-digit number, and here we go. Come on, Sandra, I hope you're in. Not doing much, is it? Cheeky chat. Oh, gosh. Cheeky cat. Ringing out.
Hello?
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 Yeah?
Can I speak to Sandra Marks, please?
Speaking?
Oh, surprise, surprise, Sandra. It's Cilla here.
Peter?
Pardon?
Peter? Come here. Peter?
Sandra?
Yes?
Sandra, it's me, Cilla. Why are you calling Peter?
Yes.
You call your son Peter? It's because of your son Peter that I'm calling you, Sandra.
I can't believe this.
Well, you better believe it because your Peter wrote and told me all about you, Sandra.
Oh, for goodness sake. What did he say?
Oh, you won't believe what he wrote about you, Sandra. Can I say it on television, what he wrote about you?
Goodness.
What do you think in your own mind? What do you think he said about you?
I dread to think.
tells me that you are absolutely besotted by a certain newsreader.
Oh, my goodness. Paul Clark?
It is Paul Clark.
My goodness.
Because, Sandra, he used to read the news. Tell me if I'm right or wrong. Didn't he used to read the news for the BBC?
He did.
He did?
He did.
Oh, he did, indeed, he did. But now he's switched channels, hasn't he, Sandra?
That's right.
And he does the news for Ulster Television.
That's right, yes.
Well, surprise, surprise. I have got a great surprise for you, Sandra. Because, you see, next Monday night, live on Ulster Television, you are going to read the news.
No way!
Yes, you are going to read the news with your idol, Paul Clark.
Oh, no.
Oh, yes. So next Monday, you know, put your best frock on and you'll be sitting next to your idol.
Right.
And that'll be all live. And not only that, Sandra, you'll be coming on our show, surprise, surprise, right here from London Weekend Television Studios.
Oh, for goodness sake.
And the whole nation here will be able to see what you did on Monday.
Oh, for goodness sake, that's brilliant.
Is it? You're looking forward to that, Sandra?
I am indeed.
And will you just for me, Sandra, could you get, because I think he's gorgeous as well, could you get Paul's autograph for me?
I will, surely.
Oh, good.
I will.
Well, all the best of luck for next Monday on Ulster TV, all right, Chuck?
Thank you very much, yes.
And we'll see you next week on Surprise, Surprise.
Oh, that's lovely.
All right, Sandra, lovely talking to you.
Thank you, Cilla.
Give my love to Peter, your son,
will.
and thank him very much.
Okay.
And your husband, Gerald, as well, all right, Chuck?
Okay, thanks
all right,
very
love.
much. Bye-bye.
Ta-ra then, Sandra, ta-ra.
Bye.
Now, not a lot of people know this, but the new show that Sandra is going to appear on used to be presented by our very own Gordon Burns some years ago. In fact, a lot of years ago. But we're very glad he's with us now. So it's over to you, Gordon. Do you remember those lovely days?
I do indeed. It was, you're right, it's quite some years ago. It was called UTV Reports then, and then it became Good Evening Ulster, which it is now, which Gloria Hunniford then presented before she came over here. But I've got a question for you before I begin.
Okay.
What would you say if I said, when I'm calling you, hoo?
I will answer to.
Brilliant. And not a lamp or a glass cracked in the whole studio. It was brilliant. and of course, after that great rendition, you all know what that was, don't you? Yes. What? It was, of course, the Indian Love Call, a song made famous by Nelson Eddy and Jeanette MacDonald, and now by Cilla Black, in the musical Rosemary. It was also sung as a duet by Chrissy Bradley and Billy Smart in Brighton in 1939. They were both 13 at the time, and Chrissy would practice her singing and be joined by Billy from across the back gardens. Billy also persuaded Chrissy to audition at the Brighton Hippodrome for Carol Levis. However, their bid for fame was curtailed as shortly after Chrissy was evacuated to Dorset and she lost touch with Billy. She still has fond memories of those duetting days and would love to hear from Billy again. So if you're watching, Billy, we're calling you. Please call us. Next, there's a gold prize on offer if a missing best man from over 45 years ago finds himself. This is him, Len Smith, who was best man to Roy and Vera Cheeseman at their wedding at the Old Clee Church in Grimsby in 1942. Len only managed to get a 48-hour pass before being posted to Salisbury, where he was a dispatch rider carrying film from returning reconnaissance planes. Since then, they lost contact, but Roy and Vera tried to find him for their silver and then their ruby wedding anniversaries, but to no avail. And as it's their golden wedding in 3 years' time, they'd love Len to come to the party. So, if Len wants to accept this advance invitation, ring Searchline. Now, Christine West used to be nanny to the Wiltshire family between 1966 and 1969 when they lived in Langford and Sidcutt in Somerset. She looked after Jacqueline, Karen and Virginia, and here they are. Christine kept in touch with the family until 1978 when she learned from Mrs. Wiltshire that they were moving to Bristol. Since then, she's lost contact, so if any of the family are watching, do give us a call. And now here we go with another personal appeal.
I'm looking for two little boys Norell and Osmond Fraser. They were at a council home in 1948, Friars Home, Bocking, near Braintree. I used to have them out weekends and odd days, and eventually I had them as my little page boys at my wedding. A few years later, the home closed down, and I was very unhappy that, unfortunately, they had to be split. I would dearly love to find them.
Of course, there'll be big boys now, and if they are watching, the phone number's coming up shortly. Finally, Donald Late has written to us about when he was serving on, surprise, surprise, HMS Surprise in Malta between 1963 and 65. He's looking for Monica and Ben Stanbrook and their son Paul. Paul was born at the Intafa Hospital on the same day as Donald's daughter Pamela on July the 9th, 1963. Here's a photograph of Monica, Ben and Paul taken in 1964, shortly before Donald lost touch with them. If any of the Stanbrook family are looking in, please ring Searchline. And, well, if anyone can help us with any of the items mentioned this evening, here is that number to ring. It's 01 222 8070. If you can't get through, well, keep trying, because our researchers are going to be there until 10 o'clock tonight. Then, of course, you can write to us at Searchline, Surprise Surprise, London Weekend Television, South Bank TV Centre, London SE 99 6YW. And that's the lot from me. I'll be back next week with more Searchline items and hopefully reporting on more successes from this week. In the meantime, let's go straight back to Cilla.
Thanks a lot, Gordon. We'll see you next week. And now, as our song says, it's time for the unexpected to hit someone between the eyes. So where are you? Ray Osborne. Surprise, surprise. Where are you, Ray? Ray Osborne? Come and join me, Ray, please. How are you? Ray, you sit next to me. Isn't that wonderful? Now, Ray, surprise, surprise, you're here because I got a super letter from somebody very special, who is now very special to you, very close to you. Someone who you'd lost contact for almost 40 years. And someone you've been trying to trace for 10 years. And last year, you turned up on her doorstep. Now, you know I'm talking about, don't you?
Yeah.
I'm talking about your sister Irene. She's here tonight. Come in, Irene. Oh, in the middle. Isn't that lovely? Isn't that gorgeous? Now, Irene, there's a marvellous story to tell here because way back in 1939, you and two brothers of yours, Bill and Michael, were evacuated to Worcester from Birmingham, is that right?
Yes, that's right.
Leaving your baby brother behind, your little Danny, with your mum and dad. In fact, you spent all the war years in Worcester, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
You certainly did. And during that time, your mum and dad had some other children as well.
True.
Now, in 1947, your brother Bill, he joined the RAF. That was your eldest brother.
Yes, that's right.
And then eventually, he went to live in Brisbane, in Australia, didn't he?
Yes, but I didn't know that till recently.
You didn't know that till recently?
My brother told me.
Oh, you're Ray. He turned up in your doorstep in Manchester. It's wonderful. But and your brother Michael, you lost contact with him in 1961.
Yes.
Well, he says he'd love to be with you tonight. He can't make it, unfortunately. But we have arranged a very private reunion with you later, all right?
Yes.
So you'll be seeing your Michael. Oh,
lovely.
yes. Isn't that smashing? And there's more. There's more, though. There's more. There is more. Because you must remember your other brother and sister, your Pat and Dan.
Oh, yes.
When you met your Ray. You also discovered your Pat and Dan.
Exactly, yes.
Well, they're
through my
here
brother
tonight
Raymond.
as well. Oh, you owe everything to Raymond, dear. Come in, Pat and Dan. Oh, Dan, sit down. You're enjoying this, aren't you, Ray? Well, I was talking about your brother Bill, who's in Australia. He's 12,000 miles away in Brisbane.
Yes.
Well, he was there until recently. Well, as recent as this morning, actually, because surprise, surprise, Ray, we have flown your brother Bill to be especially with the family tonight. Come in, Bill.
There we go.
Baby cat. Look at that. Oh, he's still jet lagged. Isn't it a lovely reunion? I'll see you later. The more the world is changing, the more it stays the same. Life is full of small surprises. It's a never-ending game. If nothing is impossible, will you believe your eyes? If the unexpected brings a smile, that's a big surprise, surprise, surprise. The unexpected hits you between the eyes. The unpredictable, that's the surprise you see. Surprise, surprise. Well, that's all we have time for this week. But we'll be back at the same time next week with lots more surprises. I'd like to thank everyone who's taken part in tonight's show, especially our Gordon Burns and, of course, our lovely Bob Calgies. So until next week, ta-ra then. Ta-ra!
Surprise!